Hello, my beautiful Scorpio. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, we're going to be getting into your monthly tarot reading for the month of August 2021. Scorpio, so be sure to let me know in the comments below which cards resonate with you and how they do, darling, because that is how I keep up with you guys, is through the comments, Scorpio. Also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, Scorpio, I would really appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you do. Remember that this monthly reading is just here to give you some food for thought, Scorpio, perspective for you to be considering. Because put it in perspective, darling, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, right? You know your life more than I ever possibly could with some tarot cards. So let's just jump right into your monthly tarot reading, Scorpio, for August 2021, darling. And we're going to be starting this out strong for you, Scorpio. We're going to be just jumping right into your financial and career situation, first and foremost, for your month of August, right? Let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio. Okay. Let me show you these cards, darling, and then we'll get into this. So for the starting spread, Scorpio, we have the Seven of Swords coming in here. We have the Eight of Swords coming in. With the Three of Swords, a lot of air energy, a lot of swords, darling, and the Fool card coming in for you. So the Fool card really makes this, like, before, like, up until that point, darling, up until we got to the Fool, like, it was looking pretty sus, darling. I'm gonna have to be honest, Scorpio. I was just like, oh, y'all are getting all the heavy cards, darling. But the Fool card comes in as just, like, a nice... It's like y'all are pushing like the reset button, Scorpio, for the month of August when it comes to your career and finances. So let me go through this, right? I feel as if for you guys, the main core of your energy is kind of like the Eight of Swords. You guys are going into this month of where you guys, Scorpio, were initially just feeling a little bit trapped, a little bit in a sense of being stuck at where you're at currently in terms of your career, in terms of your financial, in the sense that, you know, you feel as if you couldn't continue going forward. No matter what it is that you were trying to do, it just kind of like fell over. Just things, it almost just feels like for you, Scorpio, like the harder that you tried with certain things, the more resistance that you received, almost. So it was just this sense of where now for you, Scorpio, you're just in this place of, well, honey, it just feels like my hands are tied, darling. What do you want from me, right? That's kind of where you're at asking. And then with this Three of Swords here, this shows to me, like, kind of confirms this sense that I do feel as if, Scorpio, you guys have been experiencing some type of block in terms of, darling, I feel like my camera's smudged, so hold on. We're about to get real intimate, Scorpio. We have, with the Three of Swords here, this gives me a sense of where... yeah, I do just feel as if you guys have just been dealing with a lot of resistances for a while now, at least for the month of July, right? Some of you guys, Scorpio, may argue it's honey, where it's just like, honey, well, it's been longer, darling, right? But the Three of Swords just lets me know, like, almost a sense also, I do get this sense of reconciliation, Scorpio, as a side message. Because here's the thing, I feel like there's like a reconciliation with either like a job situation or someone that's involved in your work life. At one point y'all didn't get along, darling, right? But with this Three of Swords, you see the stabbing of the heart, and then you see actually the flowers. Now, I'm not sure if the flower is just like wrapped into the heart or coming out of it, but in this case, I'm going to see it as kind of sprouting from this Three of Swords, right? Plus with the flame up top as well, this is more so just giving me this representation of where it's like, Scorpio, it feels as if very passionate people involved in the situation, and when there's a lot of passion involved, misunderstandings can happen. And I do just feel as if almost like a business partner, just something along the lines of some type of work connection, Scorpio, kind of being rekindled, or just something beautiful coming from a bunch of stress that you've been going under. And that may be part of the reason why, Scorpio, you've been experiencing a little bit of a blockage, right? I'm feeling stuck with that Eight of Swords. And then we get into the Seven of Swords, which confirms to me this sense, Scorpio, where you guys have been trying to just kind of take everything on by yourself, putting everything, like, it's all the pressure is just being put onto your shoulders, or at least that's what you're doing. You may not be completely aware of it, Scorpio, but it's this sense of where yeah, it just gives me this sense of you trying to just keep doing things by yourself, and you kind of like busting at the seams, giving me very much so similar to some Zodiac signs weekly reading. And it may even have been yours, Scorpio. I don't remember, but I did get this reading for some other zodiac sign of where, from a past reading, of where just taking on too much on their own and then bursting at the seams, trying to, you cannot continue going in the way that you've been going. And so with this Fool card coming in, fabulous reading, darling, fabulous card coming in, because now this is coming in the sense of like going into a new chapter, Scorpio. You guys are going into August, stepping into a new, I don't know if you guys have come up with a new game plan or a new approach, but with the Fool card coming in, I do see you guys taking a leap of faith with something, taking a chance, with maybe even perhaps with that past connection that once brought you pain, because now you're kind of having a change of perspective, perhaps, right? Something shifted for you where you guys are just stepping into something completely new. So let's get some clarifiers on this, Scorpio. Let's see what we can get. So Scorpio, these cards coming in. Knight of Swords, continuing on with sword energy. You guys may be dealing with an air sign, or you may just have a lot of air in your chart, Scorpio, but just a lot of air cards coming in here, which also just signifies just more so like the mental fortitude you needed to have for quite some time. Empress card, this is the Libra card coming in, so really honing in on air energy again, Scorpio. And then the Ace of Pentacles stepping forward to you. So definitely, Scorpio, I get this very powerful sense with this Empress card, similar to the Three of Swords in that like beauty coming from the pain, almost the same sense of the Empress card. You had to build some character, darling. You had to build some character. You had to go experience life a little bit more, Scorpio. And now you're just ready to nurture something and give birth to something, even if it's just giving birth to a new version of yourself, right? I know that sounds corny, but when you think about this, where the Fool card, you're going into a new journey, and it's based off of the Empress energy, it's very much so you're ready to have like a new beginning with something that you've been really tending to for a long time. I really do feel like you guys are going to be pulling the trigger with something, Scorpio. Ace of Pentacles, this is what you guys have been creating, darling. The Ace of Pentacles, if this already wasn't backed enough for your financial situation, Scorpio, the Ace of Pentacles talks about, getting you a cornucopia. This is what you've been creating. This is what you've been building, Scorpio. So it does show to me, while you guys are stepping into a new chapter, I feel as if this new chapter is accompanied by almost the sense of progression, or you finally giving birth to something that you've been nurturing, right? For a long time, maybe you've been investing a lot of time, energy, blood, sweat, tears into a situation, into like a passion project, right? And it just hasn't paid out that much. I do get this sense here that there's going to be progression with this, that you're finally going to be bearing the fruits of some of the labors that you've been working on. Finally, and that's what presents to you that new chapter, Scorpio. And then we get into the Knight of Swords as well, which is the fastest moving knight. This is the night of once you finally get your mind correct, right? Once you get a good handle on things, right? Because especially this is how you're going into this month with all these sword cards and feeling trapped and just heavy. This new chapter comes in, and now Knight of Swords comes in, where it's just like once you are feeling motivated, Scorpio, once you have started the ball with something, you're going to be finishing it. You guys are really going to be making a lot of grounds once you remove this blockage. Whatever this Three of Swords is, Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, I do just feel as if for some of you guys, it's this sense of feeling stuck because of like some specific situation, that like some specific block that has just really been a glaring issue for you, that has been getting in the way of your financial freedom. Whether this is like your own, for my self-employed Scorpios, right? If you want to do more creative pursuits, right? Maybe it's your insecurity, needing to work on your own insecurity, so you can put yourself out there more, or this, that, or whatever, right? Your situation, Scorpio. Overall, I just want to say that this is looking very fabulous for you guys. For your career, for your financial situation. So let's get some closing cards now. Let's get some advice for you, Scorpio, on how to get to this financial freedom, right? We have all this fabulousness that serves no purpose, Scorpio, if we don't have some assistance from our spirit guides on how to get there. So we have here the Three of Wands with the Queen of Wands. So definitely a card of movement, Scorpio, keeping things going. Three of Wands, I always say, is a card of movement and following the breadcrumbs that you see in your life, right? Where you're being shown by the universe, your guides, insert whatever it is you choose to believe in, whatever verbiage, Scorpio. You follow the signs. Queen of Wands is also just very much so following your gut instinct, following like your, what drives you. You can't go wrong with your passion. Once you identify your passion, Scorpio, then you're you're unstoppable, quite literally. You're unstoppable, and that's really all this needs to be for you. It's just like keep pushing yourself, keep doing movement. Queen of Wands is the card very opposite, is the antithesis of insecurity, right? Queen of Wands doesn't feel insecure about the things that she feels passionate about. She represents it proudly, and she's not afraid of being alone in her passion, right? Because she knows her purpose. She knows where it is that she's going, right? Gender doesn't matter, obviously, darling, right? But we're just speaking in terms of the attributes of a Queen of Wands. So let's get a closing animal oracle card. The Canary, spirit number 12, equaling to 3. And then we have the message of singing your own song, right? So for my artists, my singers, Scorpio, take this as your sign, right? But I really want to just enhance this message for my creatives, right? You notice how I was even kind of giving that theme beforehand, Scorpio, for your reading, where I was speaking kind of towards my creatives and breaking out of your shell and all of that. Singing your own song, this is where you're just dancing to the beat of your own drum, darling. This is a sense, Scorpio, of where you guys are just being unapologetically yourself and showcasing that, Scorpio, truly. I really do feel as if the best thing for you guys is just to unapologetically be yourself, right? I know that sounds just super corny, Scorpio, but I really do feel like if you guys, the more you put yourself out there for this month, the more unstoppable you're going to be. So take that as you will, Scorpio. Now, darling, let's get into your social situations, darling. Let's get into, Scorpio, how your social life looks like for August 2021. Now, when I say social, Scorpio, this could be looking like your relationships, your romantic relationships, honey, your work relationships, right? Could be family, platonic friends, darling. How you doing? You know your situation, Scorpio. We're just gonna get a general vibe of what's going on. Do one more. Very interesting, Scorpio. I'm going to show you these cards first before I start babbling, darling. So we have here the Ace of Pentacles following you, with the Five of Cups, with the High Priestess card stepping forward as well. And then the Justice card coming in, the other major arcana Libra card. So Libra really coming in strong for your reading, Scorpio. So definitely makes me just think about the first spread about a reconnection of sorts. I don't know if you guys know someone that has Libra in their chart or what, Scorpio, but I do get this sense of rekindling. And it's still looking like that for me in this sense too. Because when you think about this, Five of Cups here, something happened with you in this situation where you couldn't really quite get over it, Scorpio, right? There's something, I feel as if something happened and your mind has just been stuck on that, and you haven't been able to like develop your thoughts further with some situation here. High Priestess card coming in here as well, where it's showing to me a little bit more just guarded, right? Where more so, Scorpio, there's almost as if you kept someone at arm's length and just more so listened to your own intuition in terms of this situation rather than actually conversing with the person. It feels almost as if you've been trying to analyze the individual for whatever reason you have, right? You just, because of that Five of Cups here, you kept someone at arm's length. And now with this Ace of Pentacles Justice card coming in here, this is showing to me a nice coming to balance of a situation. Ace of Pentacles confirms to me a message of more so where it just turns out good in your favor, especially with the Justice card. You know, this is kind of like karma coming into completion, right? The sense of justice being served, darling, right? But in this sense, I really get a read for just some type of connection, really just rekindling, Scorpio, where you're giving it a further chance, where you're kind of putting your guard down further with. Let's get some clarifiers though. I do see you guys opening up, Scorpio, which makes me happy because I've been kind of chastising y'all during your weekly readings, Scorpio, for you guys to be a little bit more vulnerable. So Seven of Swords following you, clarifying this. So this is definitely a situation of where it's like you just weren't trusting with a situation, Scorpio, or just some sense of disappointment. You really haven't wanted to engage with it. Eight of Cups coming in here for you. Now this tried to come in the reverse, Scorpio. So this is really feeding into this narrative of like a sense of where at one point you did want to just walk away entirely from this. Six of Cups showing to me some type of old connection here, right? I mean, you even look at this card. I love the imagery for the Six of Cups on this deck because you see the boy, it starts out with a little boy and the dog and progresses throughout the years, and it's just an older dog now with the man at this point, right? So it really signifies to me a situation, some type of connection you've had for quite some time, Scorpio. Something kind of happened that you really weren't vibing with anymore. You've had considerations of just walking away from it, kept them at arm's length at the very least, Scorpio. But something happens in this connection where you guys start coming closer, Scorpio. So I like this a lot. I don't feel like we need to get really too much advice on this, especially with the High Priestess card coming in here. This is just showing to me, yeah, let's just get a closing oracle card for this. We have the 3 following you, again, 30 equaling to 3 in numerology, a grasshopper spirit. Take a leap of faith. So quite literally, you kind of got the same exact cards, just in different formats, right? Because this is quite literally this sense of like the Fool, really taking a leap of faith. That's what the Fool represents, is taking a leap of faith into a new journey, into a new chapter, Scorpio. And so quite literally in this dynamic as well, it's taking a leap of faith. You're taking a leap of faith and opening up to a connection. So definitely for my Scorpios that are single, looking for love, I do feel as if there might be some type of old connection that you could be opening up to, if that's how this is resonating for you. For most people though, I really don't get like there's not necessarily that much romance in this. I'm gonna be honest, Scorpio, right? I'm not really getting too much romance in this. I'm getting this more so just as like family, something I heard big time. Or just like childhood friendships, or just friendships you've had for quite some time, old friendships, not really romance. So yeah, now let's just overall get some advice cards for you, Scorpio. Let's just see what advice Spirit has for you for this month of August 2021. Just some general advice for you. All right, 2 cards already came flying out. Let's get 1 more for you, Scorpio. Oh, I guess we're getting 2 more for you, darling. All right. So we have the Magician card, Scorpio, with the Lovers card, Gemini, with the Emperor card. It's funny how you had the Empress earlier too. And the 9 of Swords coming in here. So there's definitely some type of connection, Scorpio, right? Definitely with this Lover's card, doesn't quite literally mean romantic sense, right? Obviously the artwork don't do any kind of like justification saying it's not just romance. But definitely there's some type of anxiety when it came to a connection in your life, right? Magician card and the Emperor card coming in here. Definitely could be a situation where someone's a lot more controlling, right? Or like this obsession with to be in control of the connection itself, right? And I feel like that's just like the general message for you, Scorpios, where it's like, just be careful about, for you yourself, not being allowing the emotions and thoughts of others controlling you, and just also the sense of feeling like you know, just for you, Scorpio, not to feel as if you need to be in better control of how, like, certain situations. So, for some of you Scorpios, I feel like you kind of need to give this release in the sense of feeling like you need to know or need to be in control of every single close connection that you have, right? And I feel like for some of you guys, you can't quite get a read on something, and that's what freaks you out. Magician card, the Emperor card, this is probably just because of 2 very much so, like, I was getting at the beginning of the reading, it just lets me know of like 2 very passionate energies, kind of like coming, like colliding or butting heads, but it's just in the name of very much so like passion, right? Very much so like, very much so like, it's stupid, but it's like alpha energy in that sense of where it's just like both people, when you have 2 very strong personalities trying to have those like mesh, sometimes it's just bound to have some level of misunderstanding. But yeah, Scorpio, that is the tarot reading for the month that I have for you for August 2021, darling. If you found any cards that resonated with you, Scorpio, be sure to let me know in the comments below, darling. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. Check out your weekly tarot horoscope readings that I do for you, Scorpio. I always do them each week on Thursday. And then also, if you have a friend that's into tarot, recommend my videos to them, darling. What you doing? I'd appreciate it. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Scorpio, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to all my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that's just SimplyVelca. Until next time, though, I love you so much, Scorpio. Make a wish on the lucky 1111 rose quartz stone for the month of August. And yeah, I'll connect with you soon.